Etsy SEO is the most important thing to get traffic to your Etsy products. True or false?
Define Etsy SEO. The answer is no, right? And it depends on how you're defining SEO. Writing a good product title, filling out your tags, getting a good product description, and having a good set of images is important because it's going to be the thing that sets the foundation. But going in and micromanaging it is not the thing that's going to get you sales, right? Scott, we just talked about when we were talking about tags, how it can actually be detrimental to go in and change things. And so we can't go in and micromanage it. It's important to rank, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing to me is once you get the chance in the Etsy algorithm that your product description is well written, not necessarily the thing that made you rank for the keyword, right? But when somebody actually gets to your listing, do they buy? And if we're focused on SEO, right, stuffing as many keywords in as possible in a human unreadable format, that leads to a poor customer experience, which leads to a lower conversion rate. So I would say this is false with the caveat of if you're defining Etsy SEO as a good title, a good description, and a full set of tags, then that I would say is probably the biggest important foundation piece in terms of once you've picked a product. But going in, tweaking it, stuffing all your keywords in there, that is false.
Yeah. And here is what I am going to say to that. It is false, but it, like you said, it's kind of tricky, right? Here's the deal. What I am saying is if you are putting up a new listing, you're going to focus on your SEO, title, good images, tags, description, filling in everything in the back end, putting it in the right category, like all of those things. And that is all that you focus on. That is bad advice, because what really matters, what really matters is getting sales through that listing. And the more sales that you get through that listing, your SEO doesn't even have to be that good. I actually have seen this, and it was outranking most everyone else because everyone thinks that people are finding the listing from this one search term, which is false. There is so many different ways, and you'll see that if you look in your analytics and you look in whether it's the beta search, they have the keyword search now where you can kind of see the keywords that brought people over to your listings. You also have it in Etsy ads, which is another reason why we like running Etsy ads even in the beginning, because we get data back of what people are actually typing in. We're not guessing, and then we can start to optimize for that. But SEO is important, but it's not the only thing that makes that listing rank. It comes down to sales, and those sales are going to also come from, like Chris said, higher conversions. What gives it a higher conversion? Well, reviews do, right? Because people are going to buy off of a review maybe. And then also images, which has partly to do with SEO, but a lot of people look at SEO as just the words. There's more to it. And I think that's what I wanted to say. So when people are in the mindset like, oh, I just got to find more tags, and then I'm going to magically appear on the top and I'm going to magically get sales. No, that is false. That is not what's going to happen, because you can get on page one, top of page one on day one. You want to know how? You run Etsy ads, and you're going to get there, and you're going to know real quick, I got traffic. I didn't get any sales. Why is that? Maybe because you don't have any reviews yet, or maybe because the listing is poorly optimized as far as your images, or other factors. So don't just say to yourself, I just need to find those magic keywords and then everything is going to happen, because it's really not. You have to get sales through the listing. That is like one of the most important things in order to rank and get traffic.
I think we could flip this myth on its head and make it true. And I want to walk through this with you just to see if this works, Scott. The thing that people say when they say you have to focus on Etsy SEO is not the thing that people mean when they say focus on Etsy SEO, right? Search engine optimization, SEO, means optimizing something to show up in a search engine, right? There's only so much we can do to do that. That would be titles, keywords, whatever, right? But we have to also think about the goal of the search engine. For Google, that's to give you the piece of information. For Etsy, that's to give you the product that you are going to buy, assuming you're the customer, the person searching on Etsy, right? Well, how do they do that? To first figure out if you're relevant, yes, they're looking at the titles and the keywords and whatever, right? All of the words that we type in. But then they're saying, okay, Chris has funny barnyard chicken. Scott has funny barnyard chicken. Who sells more when I put it in front of a customer? And to get even more advanced, who sells more when I put it in front of a customer who has bought the stuff that Chris has bought? Right. And so that's Etsy's job. And that's driven by conversion rates and sales, right? Which isn't something we have direct control over. So when people are saying that Etsy SEO is the most important thing, Scott, if I flip this on its head and say ranking in organic search is the most important thing to have long-term success on Etsy, is that true?
Yes. Yes. If we can do that, then yes, we are going to have sales that are going to come in without even really needing to worry about your optimization as much on your SEO because it's already been done. You've already been indexed. You've already proven to Etsy that your product sells and people like it. And that's the other thing I want to touch on. As your listing becomes more seasoned, and we mean seasoned, it's older, it's got history, it's got more sales history through it, you're going to also get indexed for more keywords. All right. And as that happens, it starts to widen that net a little bit. But if you are also going after products that don't have a lot of demand, probably not going to get a lot of sales.